Before Otto, look to the left, look over Clacton Pier, and we can see the arrival of the B25 Mitchell. Peter McNamara is with me, and Peter McNamara is going to tell us a little bit about this aircraft as we see her in front of us.
Yes, so we are missing the Lancaster from the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, but we have two World War II bombers to display for us all this afternoon. This is the first of those, the B25 Mitchell. This one has flown over from the Netherlands, and it's actually specially painted in the markings of 320 Squadron, which was a Dutch Air Force squadron under the command of the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. And they are having a squadron reunion at Dunsfold over the weekend at the Wings and Wheels event that's happening there. And 4 surviving members of the squadron are travelling over from the Netherlands to take part in that reunion. 320 Squadron was the only Dutch Air Force squadron that participated in the D-Day invasion on the 6th of June 1944, and also in the Battle of Arnhem later that year. Now you'll see as the B-25 circles round, they'll be variously lowering the undercarriage, opening the bomb bay doors so we can get a closer look at the working parts of this aircraft. And although this is in the markings of a Dutch aircraft, of course its original fame came in the US Air Force, the US Army Air Force in the Second World War, famous for the so-called Doolittle raid that took place early in 1942. You may recall it was the 7th of December 1941, as the US President said, a day that would live in infamy, that the Japanese Imperial Air Force attacked the US Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and the imperialist Japanese government told their civilian population that the Japanese island was safe from any retribution by the enemy. So it was decided to take the fight to the Japanese to show that that wasn't the case. So the then Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle was asked to pull together a squadron to carry out that raid. So can you imagine the sight? And nations meant that the flight had to launch earlier than they had actually hoped would be the case. They all reached their target, which was Tokyo, and although not much damage was caused, the psychological impact on the Japanese was incalculable, and it also caused an impact to the Japanese war effort, because it meant they had to divert valuable resources to defending the islands of Japan. But it was a great precursor to what followed later that year, the Battle of Midway, which really turned the tide of the Pacific War. Now, the growl that you can hear there is from 2 Wright Cyclone engines, each with 14 cylinders and 42.6 litre capacity. That's fantastic, isn't it? 2 great big radial engines, producing 1,700 shaft horsepower each.
Sounds expensive to run. Expensive to run,
for sure, yes.
I mean, goodness me, I know my tank is enough to fill up these days. Wow, how can something be so graceful but so, well, scary looking?
Yes, we mustn't forget their original purpose, indeed.